Thessalonians 3:12.
Wow.
So we're looking at Colossians 3:12. Thessalonians 3:12.
Okay, the title of this lesson is
Yeah.
Your Soul Longs to Know Love. More and more as this spirituality course is traveling on, hurtling towards the finitos, you will yourself find like there is no value in anything except the value of love. And that's why St. Paul says, above all things, nothing is going to stop us from taking love. So, because everything you create, everything you do expresses your longing to awaken. Everything. Right from the day you were born till now, you had an inner longing to awaken, to awaken. Every human being has that longing, but they don't know what that longing is for. So it begins with a longing for a teddy bear. It begins with a longing for a storybook and a comic book, and it goes on longing and longing and longing. But right from the beginning of the longing for a teddy bear is the longing to awaken to what? To be what you are. All of your doings are attempts to break free of all limitations. Right from your teenage years, my teenage years, your teenage years, we wanted to break free of the bonds of the family, the free of the school, free of this, free of that, and so we sang freedom, freedom, but deep inside we knew that we were not free. And so your soul wants to know love. And what is love? Love means to break free of all limitations. Can we translate it and say that? Translate it and say that to our marriage partners. Love is to set her free from all your damn limitations. Love is to set him free from all your limitations. Love is to set your dad free, set your mom free, set your daughter free, set everybody free, because everyone is attempting to do the same thing.
So, well, a rare question. If letting your husband or wife go, let's say in a divorce for instance, you letting that go for love, for yourself, that's okay?
Yeah, because what is happening, by setting them free, you're making them, you're consciously saying, I respect and I love you. That's why I'm allowing you to feel free to be what you are. I am going to allow that because I want freedom. I want to be rid of all limitation and all. You also must be thirsting for the same thing. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set you free. From today, I'm really going to set you free. You remember that lesson which we had? DIAS, desire, intention, allowing. I'm going to allow you to be as you were created to be. I'm not going to try to fix you, correct you, kick your butt and say this and that and make a black face and all. No. I'm setting you free because I know what it means to be free myself. And I know what it means to be imprisoned myself. In some way I'm experiencing the freedom from my limitations, and so I'm going to free the world.
And Father, I'm probably going to be, well, the course is almost in the end, but I'm probably going to be talking about my dad a lot. So setting him free is making him feel safe in his environment.
Yeah.
So that is setting him free.
Because he wants freedom. Does he not want freedom? He wants freedom. So why not we set them free and say, setting free means to respect the journey that God wants him or her to go. respect the journey that God wants you to go. But now saying, my journey is good, now I'm going to see that you go on the same journey I am going. So you are playing super God. Sometimes it looks brutal, but we have to, what is it called? When I was dealing with alcoholics and drug addicts in India, I learned by reading many books, saying, let them go to, what is it called? Skid Row. Let them touch Skid Row. Don't stop it from touching Skid Row. So sometimes I used to see this guy wants to go in this direction, and he's making a mess for everybody. So I used to tell his wife, leave him and go. You tell the children, leave your daddy and go. And so go and find some house in your uncle's place or this place and that place. So now you're forcing him to go on a journey faster than he could ever imagine. And then suddenly, my wife is gone, children is gone, what to do? Father, I'm come to you, give me some advice. He didn't know I was the guy who did the whole thing. I've come to you for your advice. Can you tell me, my wife has left me, I don't know where this is coming back. I said, you want her back? I thought you didn't want her back because you were so cruel. And we had a long conversation. No, I want her back. Okay, these are the conditions. And now, since you put me into the picture, I will come to your house next time with a cop. So, is it mercy? Is it forgiveness? Is it love? So, then the wife and all used to come, and we used to have, and he, of course, the thing continued, but it was not as bad as bad. So, we have to do something in order to set that person free. Through you, the whole of creation is longing for God. Because you are part of the creation. You are part of the universe. The whole universe is present in you, and you are present throughout the universe. Why? Because your essence is love. Your essence. You are not made of any other thing. Your essence is not your ego. Your essence is not your desires. Your essence is pure. The same love that God is, that is your essence. And what does God do the whole time? God whole time creates and lets the creation be what it is. He gives His creation freedom. He has given you freedom. He has given me freedom. So let us be like God. Create love and set it free. Set it free. All that dances before your senses is love. Before your eyes, what is going on is love. Before your nose, what you're smelling is love. Before your ears, what is going. So there is nowhere and not a moment in your whole life where you're not permeated, suffused and drowning in an ocean of love. There's not a moment. So this is not poetry, what I'm telling you, and this is not philosophy. This is reality. Are we therefore, towards the end of our course, ready to step into reality? The reality that love is all and there is nothing else but love, and I am that love, and I am going to see love everywhere, and I will take away my blindness so that I can see love in every leaf that falls from the tree. I can see love in my father who's going insane. I can see love in my husband who's going after 2 or 3 other women. I will see love. I will see love and allow it to be, because that is their journey. Are you willing to travel from fear to love? How much of fear is there still in you? Try to find that out. Are you willing to look upon anything as you experience any emotion, to perceive the real world of love, to know with certainty that you and your Father are one? Are you willing to do that? It's time. It's time to say, I wasted a lot of months and years, but now it is time for me to take the last step, to travel from fear to love. As you look upon anything, as you experience anymore, you look upon anything. So I look upon this book. Am I going to see love? I look upon this chalk. Am I going to see love? Everything is an expression and a manifestation of the divine. So, am I going to see love in the changing of the temperature and the weather and allow it to be? That is why I got up and went away. Because you are not allowing the weather to be what it wants to be. It wants to be that way, and you and I have decided to fix it, or to grumble about it, or to say it should change and it should change, it should change. How much therefore can we live on the borderline of insanity, knowing that it will never change? So if I love everything, I see it with equanimity. Equanimity. That's the way it is. That's the way love is showing itself to me in this weather. God is showing Himself to you through Dorian. God is showing Himself to you through the ISIS. God is showing to you with a newborn baby. But we have decided God will show Himself to me only in this. And if He doesn't show me Himself only in this, I'll grumble till the cows come home.
What's the word you used?
Equanimity.
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 You make sense of that. I gave my English, my Indian pronunciation.
Never heard of that word.
There is no past. Now, one of the things that we labor with on our journey is that the past comes to us. So here you are, so this is the past. This is the past. Now, at this moment, where are you? You are now. You are in this moment. See, this is something which you must do as an exercise. So I'm going to explain to you. So your past is there. It has been with you for 40, 50 years. But now you are in 2019, 7 to 15, September 12th. Here. And at this moment in your spiritual life, you have decided to be love. You have decided to be conscious of love. You have decided that you and the Father are one. That's a decision you have made now. Now the next part. The past comes to you. Okay? Some aunt forgot to invite you for a birthday or something like that, and there. So this comes to you, the memory comes to you. And it comes with the emotion.
Painful.
Okay? So now, get this. But you are in this emotion right now. So when this memory comes to you, what do? You take that memory and you bathe it with this emotion that you are having right now. And change the whole being of that moment that you are carrying in your life. You got it? So, suppose you felt that somebody let you down, disappointed you in the year 1999. So, and it has got a painful emotion attached to that. So you bring that incident, you bring the incident here, But here at this moment, what do? You paint or you color this incident with the paint box that you're carrying now. And so with that, you can clean up your whole past by just painting it with the color you're carrying right now. You don't have to bring this color here, even if it comes. And so in that, as you embrace all those things that happened in your past, all the memories, you bring them, you embrace them and bless them with your current moment. At this moment, I and the Father are one. And at this moment, I am having a memory of a disappointment. I bring that memory and I bathe it inside this emotion, the emotion of the Father and I are one. And this becomes, that which was a pain now becomes a blessing. Isn't that beautiful? And
Yes,
if you
it
do
is.
that, it will heal you. It will heal you like
Yeah.
nothing else can. So nobody else can heal you. You have to bring those into the, so you have to say, I'm in a happy place now. Now I'm in a happy place. Okay, you want to come? Okay, let it come. Invite it now. Previously I used to say, don't invite them and all. Now I say, you have the strength of this commitment, invite it and say, okay, you come. I'm going to now flood you with who I am. You came there and I was a different person in 1999. So I painted you with this. But now I am in 2019, I'm a different person. I'm going to paint you with the person that I am now.
No.
Wow. Magic. If you carry the effects of love, less than loving reactions or hateful reactions, and the perception you have made from them, you will continue to see the past as you always have. There will not be one event that you have ever experienced as a source that is not immediately translated into harmlessness, into the perfect realization that only a dream has occurred. So all those memories that come, you will say, that's a dream. That happened in the past. It doesn't live in me anymore. I gave it so much value, and I'm the one now who can take out the value. And so what do you do? By taking out the value, you're saying, now where I am is real. Where I was is not real. That's an illusion. So what am I going to do? I'm going to embrace the illusion and say, okay, bye-bye ghost. Bye-bye ghost. You're not here, and so you love that ghost and make it part of you. So,
Father,
yes,
a lot of what we each have in our past,
against louder.
a lot of what we each have in our past are wonderful things
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
How would you suggest, as we remember wonderful things from our past, should they get the same treatment?
Yeah, so what is the past? The same treatment is, what I want to say is, look at the past. Here, this is real. This moment is real. So the past is an illusion. So when you bring your past into the real, you're bringing an illusion and making it real by making it part of the now. So once you make it real, that illusion is gone.
Yeah.
At this moment, you are in reality. And what is reality? That you and the Father are one. And so you take that illusion and you bless it with your truth. Happy ones, sad ones, whatever it is. Because as you see, we all make our own perceptions. For someone, the same occasion will be good, someone will be negative, someone will... So whatever the perception, there is no good, bad, right or wrong. It happened in the past. So everything you experience is your soul longing to be perfect, to be loved. That's what Saint Matthew in chapter 5 of the Gospel of St. Matthew, he says at the end of the Beatitudes, chapter 5, he says at the end, what does he say? Be you perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. And so the longing of every soul is to be as perfect as God. And to be as perfect as God means only this, that you don't live in illusions. The Father lives only now. And that is the meaning of to be perfect. Perfect doesn't mean to have good eyebrows or a perfect nose or a nice toe or a beautiful shoe. It doesn't mean perfection of the senses. It means to be perfect, to accept yourself totally and very tangibly that this is who I am. Can you accept that the longing for love is one and the same in these two types of persons? In the mother who suckles her child and in the mother who aborts it. Can you accept that both these women are longing for love? One keeps the baby, the other adopts it. Both are on their journey to get love. And so both need our love. Whether she aborts the baby or keeps the baby, they both need our love to see that she is on her journey. She aborted 3 children, but that's her journey. And so you go and therefore what St. Paul says, put you on compassion, put you on kindness, put you on forgiveness, put you on, but above all, put you on love. For everyone. And here I want to remind you of the line of Christ where he says, I came to call sinners. No says anything else. I came to be a spiritual master. I came to show enlightenment to the Jews. I know. What did you come? I came for call sinners. Wow. To show compassion, to show forgiveness, to show, and to bring them into the kingdom of heaven. So, can you accept that the longing for love is one and the same in the monk who devotes years to prayer and silence, and in the one who is building weapons of mass destruction? They both are searching for the same love. One is the allegory or the example that came to my mind when I was doing this class was what is the monk who devotes his years to prayer and silence is like fresh milk, and the one who devotes himself to producing weapons of mass destruction is milk gone sour. But both are milk. Both are milk. Once he was a fresh milk. Both are milk. The ISIS, the 9/11, both, they all searching for love. So can we therefore get into the national condemnation of any one person? So we have to stand separate, my dear brothers and sisters. We have to make a move and say, no, I will not join in the blaming game. I will not join in putting down somebody. I will not join in pointing fingers. I will not join, because that I'm betraying myself. And I'm not going to betray myself from today onwards. I am not going to betray myself, because I am that. So, what is not love is fear, and nothing else, There are only two things. If you are not doing an act of love, you are afraid. Fear is a seeking for love coming from the insanity that you are not love. If you believe that you are not love, then you put all safeguards in order to save yourself from this person's lack of appreciation, from that person's disgusting look at you, from that person rejecting you. You will put all these things because you are afraid. What do I do? I want to do something. Some people come to me, I want to do something, Father, but I'm afraid of hurting so and so. I said, then don't come to my office. if you are afraid of hurting someone, you want to talk about it? Yeah. If you are afraid of hurting someone, then you're not doing a loving deed. Because fear, where there is fear, there is no love. And where there is love, there can be no fear. So don't bully yourself or hoodwink yourself and say, I love everyone. No, then why are you afraid of doing what the Holy Spirit is telling you to do? Then the fear goes, because then you and the Father are one. You are allowing the Father to do. So, fear is a seeking that you are not loved and you are not open to be yourself. What is fear? Fear is not fear is a fear of being yourself. Any attempt to get is same. Giving and receiving are the same. For in both the cases the heart must open. All defenses must be laid aside and your heart becomes wholly vulnerable. The world can do nothing to one who simply loves. Nothing. That's why, what's the meaning of where there is love, there is no fear? So let me put it in another way. Where there is love, fearlessness abides.
The love can do nothing.
The world can do nothing to one who only loves. What can it do? They put Jesus on the cross, he only loved, but then he had a resurrection. So the world can do nothing. They could not destroy him forever. It can destroy your body, mind. It can destroy you. So what? So what? That's another idol. Our bodies have to be treated as an idol that we stop worshipping anymore, any longer. And that is what Jesus says, and that is what you like him have to be able to say. The Father has handed all things to me. All things to me. Where is this given in Scripture? So this is what Christ said. Somewhere in the Old Testament it is given. I'll give you a clue. Book of Genesis. What did God say to Adam and Eve after he created them? All things are yours. All things are handed over to us. So we are masters of all the things. We are masters, and the only way of being a master is to be like God. And how do we be like God? By loving. By loving. My Father has handed all things to me. Where you are is where heaven is fully available. So we cannot have a wrong judgment about ourselves. There is no need to judge ourselves at all. Whether I am doing right or whether I am doing wrong, whether I am good or whether I am bad, it doesn't make any sense. The awakened eyes behold the temple and not the body. So I look at Rosalie, and I look at the temple. The body is there. Rosalie is Rosalie. She'll never be not Rosalie. But I choose, therefore, to see in Regina not a German lady, but to see the image of God. Nothing forces me not to see the temple of the Holy Spirit in everyone. You are the love of God made flesh. And the Word was made flesh. You are the Word made flesh. So you are the Word made flesh in this world. When you remember only your loving thoughts, you bring the past into the present and transform it into love. Any questions so far? One of the things we do is managing the estate. So we have these 2 or 3 stories of people. Somebody comes and says, I want to be a disciple. And Jesus says, okay, do this and do that. No, I have to manage the estate. Somebody else comes, I want to follow you. What should I do to follow you? Yeah, you did the 10 commandments. Yeah, now you do this. No, I'm going to manage the estate. Can we therefore ask ourselves, what estate are we managing that is replacing my stewardship to God? In each moment you seem to be confronted with the challenge that brings up within you your deepest fears of security. Security, money, clothes, house. These fears are always burgeoning within us. It's time to release them. I'm not saying sell your house and all this thing, but give up your dependence on it. Give up your attachment to it. Give up and move into another world. Your deepest fears of managing the estate, your life. These things come not by accident. They come without ceasing in a world of change. So your thoughts about security, your thought about your house, your thought about your husband, your thoughts about, they come and they go, they come and they go. Watch them come and watch them go. For all that you look upon and say that you love, that you perceive as a temporary form of creation, is already dying and is dead to you. Everything, last week I gave you that lesson, the cookie crumbles. Everything that you touch is crumbling. Even your body, you touch, it is crumbling. Everything is crumbling. Give it the value of something that's going to crumble. That's it. It's not going to be for anything that is not being forever is already dying and is dead to you. And so, if you do that, then I give you peace, not as the world gives. Tremendous peace. The world believes that love is absent. So I must get it in a cute boy. It's absent. So I have to find a cute boy. It is absent, and so it must be chased. It must be pursued. It must be possessed. I have to go to college. I have to educate myself, and this and that. I have to possess, extract it from the forms of creation, whether it be career, flower, ocean, desert, mate, or money. We're trying to extract that. When we have everything, when you look at something or somebody and the energy of wanting to possess runs through you, you are insane. When you look at anything or anybody and the desire to possess or to fix or to do something about it, you are already insane. Any attempt to live from insanity can only fail. Any attempt to live from the ego's point of view is fail. And yet, a perfectly beautiful, harmless creation of your Father is awaiting for you to just open your eyes and get into that. Stillness is not opposed to activity. There was one lady who was here in course number 1. Her name was Ia, and then she came for this course. She every week she gets the course 1 goes to Denmark, and every now and then. So today she told me this. I'm driven around and I don't know. I find it very difficult to be still. Very difficult to be still. So, because she is busy doing something. I think even Lee said one day, I always want to do something, and if I'm not doing something, I feel very uneasy. So this is good for these type of people. Stillness is not opposed to activity. Hmm? What's the meaning of that? Stillness is not opposed to activity.
I mean, if you're doing an activity, whatever activity you do, and you feel love and
Yeah.
you enjoy it, and
Correct.
it's not a stress for you,
Yeah.
then it's amazing.
Correct. And if you allow God to work through you, that is a powerful meditation. That is a powerful meditation. Yeah. So there is a saying in Hinduism. It is called Karam Yogi. So this is a kind of a yoga, or a person, a yogi. Yogi is a male or a female. The one who practices yoga is called a yogi. So is a yogi that exercises a spiritual life through unceasing activity. That's his way to God.
Oh my.
Called Karam Yogi. वो Karam Yogi है. And so sometimes they use it as a mocking term. Someone who's busybody, that is, he's a Karam Yogi. But this yogi has said, I will participate in the creation of the universe. So if I'm washing fish, I'm participating in the creation of the universe. If I'm having a shower, I'm participating in the creation of the universe. If I'm dancing, so the whole thing is that I'm a participant member in the creation that is going on and on and on, and I'm contributing to the creation. Wow! So if people who are constantly busy and they can now be still and at the same time be heavily active. And that is why Jesus said, and I think in the Old Testament it is there, be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. So the awakened, see now, this is where the awakened do not resist the flow of the dream world. But the dream world is passing, the dogs are barking, the river is flowing, the winds are changing, the streams are flowing, the rain is falling, the night is coming, and it goes on. And they don't resist the flow of the dream world. Why? Because now they are not part of the dream, they are watching the dream as it goes. That's a beautiful thing. I gave you that story long time back. You are the sky, and the things that are passing are clouds. Give them the value of the cloud. Once again it comes. They are no longer compelled by fear. They just extend love. In any moment of experience where love is not present within you, you are in fear.
Say that again, Tom?
If any moment of your life love is not there, there's fear. Peace is not passivity. Peace is not, okay, now I allow people to walk over me, I become a doormat, and so, I'm not going to do anything. No. Peace is a state in which no experience is obstructed within you. You get that? Peace is an experience. So you leave your home at 5:30, and when you leave your home, it is quite warm. By the time you come for class, it is cold and nippy, and then you say, why the heck did the weather change? Peace. There is no peace there. Peace is a state in which no experience is obstructed within you. You allow the weather, and you surrender to the weather, and you go. That's the illusion that we pass through. Experience has nothing to do with what is outside you. It has nothing to do with the weather. It all depends on what you began to perceive it, or I'm just giving the tongue of the weather, but there are all events of your life. Remember? Then nothing is caused by any event occurring beyond the boundary of the body-mind. Everything is happening here. Everything is happening here. No act of love needs to be judged. It should be cherished. Every act of love. That means every moment that you decide to be a bearer of love, then cherish every moment. Each moment is soul, two souls. This I want to explain. Make the choice to drop the defense, to open and gesture as the presence of love. That act is to be cherished, for it is rare in this world. What's the meaning of that? Let me explain. Let me have the pleasure of explaining this. It's a beautiful thing. Each moment is soul. So you have, take his example, a soul. He has decided to show love to the world. So that's a individual decision. Then he and his wife hold hands and say, let us just be in peace. Let us pray to God. Or let us just experience love within us. And let us call our children who are in college and give them that love. That's a beautiful thing that is happening. Make the choice to drop their defenses. So Lee is not going to tell him, you better do that, otherwise I'm not going to sit with you. All that. And he will not say that. So I'm using your example. Okay? Now, where is the place where hundreds of people drop their defenses and open themselves to the presence of love? Where? During the Mass. And hundreds of people throughout the Catholic world gather together, give up their defenses and hatred and all that, and they gather together and surround themselves with love and let the love ooze out. At that moment, it is rare in this world, but for us, it is an occurrence we can allow to happen over and over and over again. That is why community worship is not worship, but community acts of love is something that has to be cherished. It is rare in this world where we give up our defenses, where you can imagine three people sitting there in a pew, and then there's one guy, he stands the whole time. You think they'll go and knock him on the head and say, sit down, I want to watch the movie? No. They will move it aside and in love give way to him or her who wants to show off a dress or something like that. So, you cannot know your Creator until you love as your Creator loves. Coming home to love. To come home means to know love. I have come home to love. To know love means you can no longer tell where you end and where your Father begins. Do we have that experience? Pray and get into that. I want to experience oneness with my Creator, oneness with the stars, oneness with the universe. I want to experience that. That is a beautiful meditation. Just remain there and then tell yourself, at this moment I am one. And you'll begin to experience oneness as I am experiencing right now, just a flash. So, isn't that beautiful? To come home means to know love. To know love means you can no longer tell where you end and the Creator begins. You cease from restricting another's freedom. I told you in the first thing. Love allows all things, embraces all things, transcends all things, and thereby immediately transcends all things. For the next 30 days, this is the exercise you are going to do. So I'll send you this, you can have this. These are the questions that you must answer every day on one way or the other. Make it 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Where did you refuse to give full freedom to an expression of creation? Any expression. Where did you refuse to give full freedom to your wife? Where did you refuse to give full freedom to your dog? Where did you refuse to give full freedom to your pastor? Where did you refuse to give full freedom to your co-worker? To be what she is and let her be. Have you ever judged a politician? Yeah, so you're not allowing the politician to be what he's going to be. That is his journey. But I can't stand the Democrats and I can't stand the... Okay, but by screaming, I can't stand, what good are you doing to yourself? What good are you doing to the whole world? How are you a disciple of Christ? Have you ever tried to get love from another by manipulating your life, by trying to look more beautiful, or trying to do this, or trying to coax another to love you by giving them some cookies or something. Try to restrict the flow of love. So you use love in order to gain something. And did you use love in order to do away with someone by withdrawing love from somebody? No, I won't talk to her. Oh. She thinks she's very great, I'm not going to give her any attention. So you're manipulating the power to love. How often have you and me manipulated the power given to us to love? How often have you tried to fix another? Anyone? How often? The thought of possessing, controlling, or limiting can only come from one who is totally empty.
Read that again, please.
The thought of possessing, of controlling, of fixing, of limiting can only come from someone who is totally empty. So get that. This is a beautiful lesson for today. Love sees that because things are as they are as they are. This world of things, of torment, it is still a world of peace. It contains all possible expressions of consciousness. The world is perfectly harmless. The world that you experience in this now moment cannot add anything to you, cannot take away. In this now moment, where are you? Are you in love with somebody? Have you lost your job? And in case you have lost your job, your peace is disturbed. Not because you lost a job, but because you have once again identified yourself with the body, its needs and its comforts. The job has nothing to do with it, but your identification has changed. But remember who you are and where would you go. You are the field of love. You are a pure spirit. So decide to teach only love. To teach love is to be love under all circumstances. You must learn to feel all things, to feel all things. So you feel the thing and you tell yourself, I'm feeling irritated. Okay? Take that irritation, keep it with you, embrace it, fill it with your love, and let it be dissolved in your love. So I get to mind that you bought this story once when you went on a cruise and there was your aunt or niece or someone who was whole time making life miserable for you by correcting you the whole time. I do not know what was going on, but you must learn to feel that, take it in yourself and fill it with your love. Not her, but what is going on within you. Learn to bless that. You have all the power under heaven and earth to be in the presence of love or to be absent. To be love or not to be love. So remember this. All of us here began our CCD classes and religious education and all by having an idea of God. For so many years, maybe still we have an idea of God. No idea of God is God. No concept of love is love. We have concept of love. No philosophy of enlightenment is enlightenment. So what are you going to do? Embrace all your fears and angers as they rise and pass away. Embrace them. Second thing, embrace all your sadness and joys. Embrace them. Embrace all your passions and hurt. To embrace means never to judge. So all our experiences are to be loved and cherished because you are beyond the experience. You have no fear of that experience. So you are ready to embrace all the good, bad, ugly and all without giving them a name. Whatever experience comes, you embrace it, make it part of your love. So, love is the ability to be wholly present with what is. What's the meaning of that? So here you go to the Blue Pig here, and this is what came to me, like a child devouring an ice cream. So the child is taking that ice cream and it has got a double cone on top. Small guy, 7 years old, he can't hold himself and he's taking that thing. And his mother is saying, I will do it for you. No, 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 no. So he is wholly present to the ice cream and he doesn't want any obstruction to that. That is what love is, the ability to be wholly present. The child was present to the ice cream. Are you wholly present to the presence of God in your life? That you want only that. Now don't disturb me, I'm with God. It's so tasty, I'm so loving. Taste and see that the Lord is good. So the next 30 days, that exercise that I gave you is still going on. Where in my life have I refrained from love? Where have I chosen behavioral patterns and decisions and choices with a smile on the face, while at the same time attempting to control and manipulate the world in order to keep me safe from feeling my own insecurities? Get the meaning of that? Okay. Where have I demanded that the world show up in a certain way so that I can pretend to have peace and pretend to be happy and pretend to be loving? So where have I demanded? Oh, what we say? Yeah, my gosh, let me see, if they change the timing of the mass, I will be so good. So I demanded the world to show up in a certain way. Then another thing, I hope, these Democrats have to do something and impeach Trump, then the world will be a better place. You have demanded the world to show it so that I can pretend to have peace. You will not have peace and pretend to be happy. Anyone can be happy when the crowd applauds. Only the enlightened ones can be happy when they also cry out, crucify him.
I have to mention this incident because it talks about a few things you were saying. Last weekend, I went to the chapel for the first time in a long time, and it was the 9:15 Mass. And I don't think I've seen 3 little kids behave so badly as they were behaving in this Mass. And I was just like, I only turned around once because they were sitting in the back, and they were just out of control. And the father was sitting there. He was trying to control them, and I was like, all I could think of was, please take these children out. This is just disturbing everyone who's here for a Mass, and how distracting, and it was during your sermon, and to try and remain peaceful and not judge that father, and I'm thinking, he gave up his morning, he got these 3 kids here, but yet when that was one of these moments when I could not remain quiet and peaceful, even though I tried not to let the disturbance throughout at least 3/4 of Mass.
So don't try. Don't try. So that is an experience coming to you, a child yelling in the church. So now,
3 children.
three children yelling in the church, or 10 or 15, they are yelling in the church. And it's an experience given to you. You take that experience and bathe it in your love. So that can be like receiving the Holy Eucharist within yourself. As you take the yelling of the children, make it a part of your love and put it in peace, and you therefore you give forgiveness to a happening that you feel should not have happened, but you embrace it with love and in the stillness and silence of your thing. So that is what we do. We don't say, somebody is yelling and all. We don't say, I think I should keep quiet. No, I think I should take that discomfort and be comfortable with that.
And what was really beautiful was that no one else said a word to him.
Worried, yeah, correct,
No one turned around.
yeah.
I mean, I think some people turned, but no one said a word to him.
Okay? The monk, so enlightenment is in complete abundance always. What's the meaning of that? The monk goes with a begging bowl. In Buddhism, they all go in, or somewhere in the morning or noon, they wear the saffron thing and they take the bowl and go out, and people are there, so, and receives a yes or a no with the same appreciation. So he goes, somebody puts a dollop of rice, the other guy doesn't put anything, he might take something out, but the monk is with equanimity to all. So, live free of your deepest fears of your demise. You got that? Live free of your own death. Be free. Even if I die, you die. So what is the meaning of that? Go sell all and then come follow me. Be free of all attachments. The body, the mind, the mate, the career, the bank accounts, they can't awaken you. Decide to surrender the world, transcend the world, abide as an empty being, teach only love, then you are awake. This is another thing, very much of my life is made up of this. The truly awakened mind does not know what it will do next. So many of you ask, are you going to have a course, are you not going to have a course? And all. I don't know. They do as the Spirit tells them. Come, I come. Go, you go. You touch, you speak, you refrain, you leave, you abstain, you embrace, you eat, you fart, you pray and you dance. All the same thing, so you enjoy that. The enlightened cannot be understood. They can only be appreciated by the enlightened. They can dance and yet be still. Will you walk in this world as one who has figured out everything? Or will you walk in this world as an innocent child, highly amused at the passing show? The world arises and passes away like dots on the TV screen that make a temporary movie. And then the movie goes. The TV is still there. You are the blank TV in which the musicians come and they go, they come and they go, they come and they go, but the TV remains there. Sony or Sanyo or all, there it is. This TV is there, this meditation, this class will come and go. So are you therefore as glowing as a TV that does not regret whatever program that comes in front of it and goes? Then so be it, you are awakened. Find out for yourself, and during those 5 minutes of what are the patterns of life that created your choices, your reactions, your responses, your rationalizations, the great words, the great seeking, the great striving, all of it. What created that? What created? Fear. Everything in your life has been created through fear, and it lived in you as a wolf in sheep's clothing. All that fear told you is, I'll take care of you. I'll see that nothing goes wrong with you. I will see that you survive. I will see that you are appreciated. I will see that you have a lot of money in the bank. I will see that you have a good married partner. I will see that you live a good life. I will see you have a good dentist. I will see. It goes that. It lived in you as a wolf in sheep's clothing. Why? So that it can keep you away from your own perfection. It can keep you away from being what God made you to be. When have you carried a false smile to get what you think you lacked? Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm coming to your house for lunch tomorrow, okay? See, well, at once saw the false smile. When have you carried a small false smile to get what you think you lacked? You don't lack anything. Where have you decided to withdraw love? We did that. Where have you decided not to be like an innocent child? In all this, who has suffered? You yourself have suffered. So why do you suffer? Because you hate yourself. If you would love yourself, you would not allow yourself to suffer. Get that? When you decided you were not loved, you decided to suffer. When you decided to stand against the kingdom, you decided to suffer. When you decided that doing other things than loving were more important in your life, you decided to suffer. So then you say, I don't know why suffering is, I'm always suffering, things are not going on well, things are not well. Here are the reasons. Is there any other way to get rid of suffering beside love? Why don't we try it? To love without limits, without fear, allowing all of creation to be and do what it wants to be and do. That is the magic of life. Behold, I and my Father are one. Now let me give you a hug. Now, and so the experiences of life. Now let me set you free to have your own experience. Now let me watch this great movie. And now let me eat this great, fantastic salad I prepared in the morning. All with the same thing, though. All with the same love. I'm going to eat my salad with the same love. I'm going to leave you free with the same love. I'm going to go to sleep in the same love. I'm going to watch a movie with the same love. So there's no need to live a life of mortification. There's no need to live a life of sacrifice. Those are concepts which are very, very ancient. Now the sacrifice is to be able to be yourself in every moment and not bring suffering to yourself. So enjoy your salad. This is another thing. So it came to me last autumn. You are a leaf. So get the third one. You are a leaf. Like the leaf on a tree, you are falling. From the day you were born till today, you are falling from the tree. How long are you going to fear falling to your death? You are falling, damn it, you are falling. Right from the moment you are born, you are falling. But all that you are doing and saying, I hope I don't fall too fast. I hope I go slow. I hope something keeps me alive. I'm going to do this treatment. I'm going to do that treatment. No. Like a leaf, why not enjoy the dance of the leaf from the branch of birth to the ground of death? Enjoy the dance, means enjoy your life every moment. No trying to prevent it or to do anything. It is the body. It will crumble, the cookie crumbles. Thus you will experience the total freedom of the fall, the freedom of the leaf falling. Now when we will have the fall coming, you drive in the car, and sometimes a gust of wind comes and all the brown leaves like little men walk across the road, and you see them and you say, wow, that's great. So you are one of those leaves. Be that leaf and be happy dancing across the road. The car comes and goes over you, no big deal. Resisting illusion is to insist that the illusion is real. Only when you fully embrace the illusion will the illusion dissolve before your eyes. That's what I told. Bring the past, bless it in the present moment. Love sets all things free again. Embrace yourself and live the truth. Love and give complete freedom to all things to be and do as they will. Let time end so that eternity may begin. For you, don't live in the time. Peace is all around you, waiting for you to drink it in. Your soul longs for love. See you next week.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father.
Today is the feast of Holy Meal.
Yeah, I know.